Talk Radio. You're in to all things music.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Hello. I'm Tracy Smith.
I'm Beth Venus.
And we are
Girls Talk Rock. How are you on this beautiful, wonderful, wet, and deeply colored Wednesday?
Did you just say wet?
It is. It's gorgeous. It's been
Whatever.
raining. Everything looks awesome. It's
All right.
colored. It's like deep greens, and even the street kind of looks awesome. I don't know. It's
She
kinda
swears
cool.
she's never taken drugs. Okay, on with the show.
Sugar doesn't count,
Beth,
does it?
we love it. Yeah, it's Who Gave Her Chocolate? Oh, my God. Okay. Hey, we're here tonight with an amazing group of musicians. They are a local staple in the punk community, and they're ready to rock your socks off. That's all I can say.
Well, today, we have the wonderful members of the Pictographs, a
The Pictographs.
regional group with Matt. Now, if I say your names incorrectly, you just got to punch me. Matt Kumaris. Yes.
Win.
No.
Win.
John and Kat Robichaud.
Double win.
Double win.
I love the Robichaud name. I could just say it over and over again. You guys are a powerhouse group. And I know we're going to get some other people in on the interview. I want everybody who's listening to know this is the kind of group you need to pay attention to.
Yes,
because you
pay
guys
attention.
are all over the place. And you're spreading out a little beyond your regional, local stuff. This is getting a little bit bigger. And I first want to kind of define, because you used the word, Tracy.
I did. I
You
used the word Tracy.
punk.
Oh, punk.
And
Yeah, that's the word.
I'm like, here we are in 2017.
2017?
What does punk mean to you guys? How do you guys define what punk is for the Pictographs? What is punk?
I think punk defines you, man.
Right, nice answer.
Like, how can you define what punk is? I think everyone has their own version of what punk is, especially being in this type of band. I would say it's like, going to the beat of your own drum, like you create your own brand of punk. That's what we've done. And I would say it's like, yeah, you get your influences, your like little tidbits, like, we love the Ramones, you love Minor Threat, we have all these different elements of people that have like affected us writing wise, but ultimately we kind of create our own. Even if we like that group, doesn't mean we have to sound like it. So.
Well, if you go before or after, if you're going to come before or after, we always ask this, on Pandora. What groups are you coming before and after on Pandora? Give us the lineup there.
A lot of people say we sound a bit like the Pretenders, but a sped up Pretenders, Susie and the Banshees, but we have the male-female vocals going on. Sometimes a little bit of X.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, for me, when I think punk, I think of that, really decision to go against mainstream. But ironically, that would usually mean, can you hear me all right, Paul?
Yeah, now we
'Cause I
can.
am leaning back.
Now
I
we
can
have
hear you.
Voice
Get up
is
to your mic.
so sexy. Let's hear more of it.
proximity.
Yeah, talk some more.
That deep voice of Beth.
I always think of, that going against the grain, but strangely, usually at 4/4 time, things are punching out. It has like a really steady draw. Do you guys feel like if you're doing more of a Pretenders vibe, that's a pretty punched up rhythm to compare yourself to? So,
Right.
how does that mix in with doing more like, because those are really sped up lines and funky rhythms, like a Pretenders vibe. So
We just don't do it with the funky rhythms. We like 4/4 very well. We take 3/4 and throw it away, and
we
5/4
got
and
a
don't
formula.
even think about it.
Yeah.
and 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Hey,
Yeah, I am particularly like, in particular myself, I like to stay away from numbers. We leave it up to the drummer.
She just likes to play, and I just
I'm
have to figure out what to do.
I like, the feeling of it. We kind of have this balance between us, and like each song is different. You're not going to hear like a Pictograph song that sounds like the one before it. Which is something good, because I think there's a lot to be said. Like, there's certain bands you're like, oh, that's like so this person. I like to be that band but only in the way that like, oh, it's this person because I know that vocal. Like, where have I heard that vocal before? Or like, that sounds so cool. Like, I like being on that new territory or horizon where you're like, you don't expect that to come from us. Which
Well,
is
let's
cool.
talk a little bit about how the Pictographs got started and what happened in the beginning of it all.
What happened in the beginning? In the beginning, there was
You
a
guys all at a
Halloween
party,
show.
As I say, did you all
Yes.
dress up like skeletons
Yeah,
and then found each other and said we should be together?
kind of. So in the beginning, there were two bands, and it was at a Halloween party. And this was circa 2009, I believe. And Death in Handcuffs, which was my old band that I was just fronting. No instruments at that time. We played first at the Halloween show. It was a Halloween house party in Carlsbad, and it was awesome and a lot of fun.
And she was dressed as the
Angel of Death.
Angel of Death.
Awesome.
And then
Always.
my band Uncle Bill that came on. No, I'm sorry.
Wrong band.
Wrong band.
Different
Buckface.
time.
Yeah. Wow.
Buckface, even better.
Buckface.
Gets better.
Yeah.
Every minute
Yeah.
gets better.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
I was dressed as a banana playing drums for.
Awesome.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. A banana playing drums.
So some F-bombs were dropped during my band set, and it kind of domino affected into their set because cops were called.
nice.
Because
Carlsbad.
A
we're
true
little
punk
delinquents, some old lady, like elderly lady that may not have been such a fan of punk rock or the colorful use of punk rock verbiage.
Whatever it was, the cops were super cool because they came out and just like, hey, you guys are doing well. Just want to let you know that my shift ends in like 20 minutes. So if you just hold on, if they send out a new officer, then it's just another warning.
Now,
just a fact.
that's the way to get a punk band
Hey,
started.
run out to the Carlsbad
Right?
Police
Yeah.
Department. We're
Right?
loving you
Shout
guys.
out.
Shout out.
So that was like a quick the meeting and melding of minds. That was before anything happened. We're just I kept in touch with Buck from Buckface and saw them at their last show. My old band had already broken up, and then I just for differences of interest or just everyone going a different way.
Because bands do that sometimes.
Yeah.
They're
They
like
tend to.
dysfunctional families sometimes, But anyway, I called this guy up. We kept some tabs, and Buck was like, I was saying, hey, I meant to like call that drummer of yours, and like I totally needed like to get like his number because I want to start something, something new, and I was tired of trying to fit myself in other people's groups. So, I wanted to develop my own sound, and I kind of had an idea of what that was.
Well, it's
And,
interesting you say that
yeah.
because earlier, a couple phrases back, you said I was just the front person.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Which anybody not in music is like, oh my God, you were the front person.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you're a musician and you're not playing your instrument,
Yeah.
and you're only and you're just down front, it feels like the word just.
Yeah,
And that's an interesting comment to me because it's
What do you call the person hanging out with a bunch of musicians? Oh, the singer. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
right. In my band, I am the singer. I'm the only one with a
She
degree.
is the singer. Oh my
So
God.
Yeah.
There's it happens where we
Snap.
actually snap play an instrument or two.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I think for me, like I felt limited.
true.
I felt limited without because I knew that I had it within me to do more and contribute more on the writing process, writing aspect. And in this band, what I wanted to do with John was just that. And I picked up the bass guitar and kind of had some simple melodies. And John and I had tried out various other members that just didn't mesh. And then we found Matilda here on Craigslist.
Yay,
The
Matilda.
beauty of
her
Craigslist.
gem on Craigslist here.
Bracing my inner Hedwig.
Right. And Matt had some samples on there, and he's like, oh, looking for something original, which like caught my eye because there's a lot of like cover band stuff,
Sure,
which is
sure
one
is.
we didn't really want to do. He's like original and 70s style, more like, kind of retro punk, which is just what we happen to be doing without even trying to emulate, which is
You guys have
good.
that,
Awesome.
that punk alternative vibe, really. But of course, what we're really interested to hear too is once you guys realized you were on the same page musically, and you're kind of hitting it, and you're like getting those first sessions in, kind of playing and getting your feel about yourselves, there's the conversation that every band has at some point and saying, well, where the puck are we going to play?
Yeah.
And so when you guys had that conversation, you had to start to shape and form your branding. And did anything change then on how the words you used to identify yourself? And so you could work with other bands and get gigs and communicate and use words and stuff like that. So
no, this is punk rock. We just played.
Yeah, just played. Right?
Pretty much.
Those are the old days, right?
So,
how do you get the gigs with saying who you are?
You know the people. And that was like kind of like really what it was. It was like, all right, we knew we were ready to play a gig. So with that being said, we're like, hey, like let's just create it. You know, like we called up the same guy. We were nostalgic. And our first party or first gig was actually the Halloween party that we
awesome.
had, like,
Said
we
Halloween
had met
party.
at.
Like
So-
3 years later.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
That's cool.
I guess we just knew the places to go. You know, at that time it was like, hey, Pier View Pub was, you know, a thing. Now it's like Pier View Pub. We got Poorhouse. We have Aztec, you know, a couple of the breweries here locally. And we kind of kept it North County, and right now we're bridging out more into San Diego County. So
San Diego County, hitting Orange County, maybe a little bit.
Absolutely,
for some, 'cause
we've hit the
pretty
Doll
good-
Hut.
Yeah,
we
it's
played
legit
there. And it was
stuff.
fun.
You know,
yeah.
hit up Orange County is a really strong punk scene and
Right.
kind of metal punk scene up in Orange
like
County.
Chain Reaction too is another venue for that.
Played the whiskey with barbed wire dolls. That was awesome.
Yeah, they're always
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Now, do you guys feel like when you do play that it always has to be with the exact, like the same genre? Or is there another genre that you think you mesh well with as far as your demographic is concerned?
I think it's important to have like-minded bands. I mean, it's cool if you want a variety showcase. There's certain places you can go for that, which is like open mic night and whatnot. But it's just a hit or a miss whether or not you're going to like that particular style of music. And I think that, you know, it's nice for our fans to know that, like, hey, we're paired with another band that, like, we think we might be a good fit for.
Yeah,
and they might
sometimes
get
that
excited
works because I
about.
know we've had groups here who maybe they're a funk band, but they work a lot with the disco people, even though they don't consider themselves disco. Like,
Right.
it's a
Or
fine
funk.
line, but when you're running the
Right.
music, it's a big difference, right?
Yeah, similar
So
era.
you love the era or the
on
theme.
in my time. I've been on some weird shows. I was a bass player for a metal band for a while, and some promoter put it on us with like a band that was kind of like the Counting Crows. That was a really weird show.
You're like, what?
Like, all right, here is a speed metal band, and then the Counting Crows, and then somebody.
So it kind of sounds like it comes down to the person booking the show.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Beth.
ultimately,
So yeah, so
I'm the worst.
local.
Yeah.
We've been trying to, you know, when we book, trying to do it ourselves mostly, or just, you know, making sure that the shows that we're on are with like-minded people.
Like-minded, but you know, you guys right now, it feels bizarro because we're in the winter of San Diego, right?
Right, winter, yeah.
And which means rain, and it's a little bit wet.
Weird,
It's
right?
A little wet.
I think you said wet earlier.
I do. It's wet.
It's moist.
kind
out.
of
It's
making
very
me
moist.
Dewy. It's
moist.
dewy.
And green.
It's dewy.
It's making me moist over here. Yeah.
Moist
Gentlemen,
and
remember
green.
that. I'm just saying
I'm a
we're in a
bit
happy
damp.
place. She's damp. But this is the time. This is the season right now where bands like yourselves will be submitting for festivals and fairs going into the spring and summer seasons. And a lot of them are deciding what their stages are going to have on them. Do you guys feel like you're like really reaching out to get on some of those stages in a broader market, like going into, like you said, other counties, making sure you're fit on the right stage? Because festivals are just such a great way to get exposure for original bands.
So it's funny you bring up festival. We're on a different side of the festival now, and that's because we've reached out to our local San Diego film community. And for the past couple of months, we've actually been producing as an independent band that's not signed to any label. We've been having to do the groundwork ourselves. So it's a grassroots effort
to produce a music video
that we've been doing,
which
producing
looks
a music
awesome.
video.
Got to see the rough cut.
For one of our songs, "Misery of My Company," and which was just mastered also by Greg Cabry, who's like third in the world for mastering engineering.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. And then produced by Ed Stasium. who produced Ramones and Misfits and Talking Heads and many
Wait,
others.
you just said Talking Heads. I have to have a quick moment. All right, I'm back. All right, okay.
We got her back.
I'm a fan.
So so we've been working with that, and we are looking to we've submitting that to San Diego Film Week, and hopefully it goes on to the awards. San Diego Film Week, that's coming up in February.
Yeah, getting some attention, I bet, too.
We're also looking to submit that to South by Southwest as well. So kind of ongoing to the film festivals.
As a press kit unto itself. Like a good video is almost like for an original band. That's like
well,
an EPK
and you know,
right
each
there.
city has its own little film festivals, like Temecula Valley Music and film awards, and so you just need to get out there and figure it all out. Submit them all.
Hollywood,
right? I mean, they're all each city has its own awards. It seems like
the thing.
It's nice to be in San Diego though too. There's nothing else like it, and the cast and crew that we've gathered for this music video is phenomenal. Like, couldn't have asked for a better group of people. And I mean, the work that we've put out. I mean, if you guys like White Zombie, Rob Zombie, Die Antwoord, Misfits, Clockwork Orange, you combine all of that, you're really gonna be in for a treat with this music video. So
don't pin my eyes open, and I'm a happy girl,
right? So where are we going to be able to see that or listen to it
it'll
and
be
when?
on our Facebook page. It should be within the next within the next week. So we're revamping our website, so we're actually going to have our own official website, not just through Facebook. So we're going through some steps as a band to kind of help, really not just market ourselves, but open up our market.
Well, you guys can, our listeners, I want them to know they can find you at facebook.com/PG/the Pictographs, PICTOGRAPHS/about. And there's all kinds of great information and the headlining shows. I wanted to talk the next segment a little bit more your upcoming shows, what you guys are doing coming into 2017.
Yeah,
I'm saying it twice now in one night.
I do believe we're bringing Ed Stasium on the line as well during the break, so we can get him to talk on the second segment.
About what?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
I'm so excited. I don't know what to do with myself.
I know.
Okay, well, we wanted to do a big reach out. Thank you right now first. Before we go to the second segment, to Silver Tiger Production, thanks for taking care of us over here at Girls Talk Rock. You're our first sponsor, our first endorsee, and we love and adore you, Rodney.
We love working with you, too.
And we want to give a good shout out to some upcoming events we have. Thanks to House of Blues, thanks to the Canyon at Aurora Hills, and of course, one of our favorite Orange County venues that we work with a lot, Coach House. Thanks so much.
Shout out to Coach House. All right, so when we come back, we're going to talk to Ed Stasium. We're going to get him on the line, and then we are going to talk all about the Pictographs and their videos and all their fun stuff coming up, shows, stages, and all that. We'll be right back. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in every Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
And Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock right here on the Intertalk Radio Network.
every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
SDP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at
It's all that.
SilverTigerProduction.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Welcome back. This is Tracy Smith.
And this is Beth Venus. I was handing a computer over and I was watching.
And we are
Girls Talk Rock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are here with the most awesome regional punk alternative band, the Pictographs. And we left off with Miss Robichaud. Can I say that name?
Yes, but no, more importantly, we have a caller on the line we want to get to right away, bring him in on this segment.
Walk me through the caller. What is our call? Who is
His
our caller?
name is Mr. Ed Stasium, and I guess he's pretty big in the punk world, huh? Welcome, Ed.
Hello, Ed.
Howdy.
How
Awesome,
are you,
he's there.
Ed?
Hey, Ed.
Greetings from fabulous Poway.
Oh, Poway,
Lovely
awesome.
Poway.
Well, it's a little damp in
Fabulous
Poway, too.
Poway.
It's
All right, well,
fabulous when
Ed,
you're there.
Ed, let's get right into this with you. So I heard you produced a lot of really big people. Let's talk a little bit about what you do and what you're doing with the Pictographs.
Pictographs, we've been working on, we have like 3 songs kind of in the can. One is finished, Misery of My Company, and there are 2 other ones that we are yet to complete. But, yeah.
That's
awesome.
happening,
the
huh?
story with the kids, you know?
What do you think makes Pictographs a little bit unique, a little special?
Yeah, because you've worked with some big bands.
Because we know they're like lovely and gorgeous and beautiful, but we want to know what you think.
I am pretty cute.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cat's all right, too.
Aw, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, the boys are really cute.
Thanks, Ed.
I'm like chop liver. I give myself like a 2.
They're girls.
I'm like a 2 in Kenya.
What attracted me? You know, I met Kat. She was working at down there at the Belly Up, and we started chatting one night. Oh, quite a while ago, actually, probably near 2 years ago, or nearly 2 years ago, or maybe even more than that.
It's more.
And we kept in touch, and she sent me some demos. And "Misery of Your Company" I thought was a great song. I really loved her lyrical content.
Nice.
And the band sounded cool. So I said, what the heck? I was, setting up I had recently moved to the San Diego area and wanted to bring in some local talent. And they were actually the first band to come in and work at my place after I got it up and running.
Well, let's talk about that. They're working out of your studio, it sounds like. Is that out in Poway as well, or are you down on the coast, or where can we find you and send everybody to stalk you?
Send you some chicken noodle soup.
A secret
Under a waterfall, you go in, and there's
like a bat cave.
Like a bat cave.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Just kidding.
Yeah, is it kind of like your private domain, or is it a public place that you have for everybody to?
No, it's a secret, undisclosed location.
Nice. That's so
Not
sexy.
not really in Poway.
Secret agent man stuff. Cool.
All I remember is going down lots of ladders.
I have a trans-dimensional transport machine.
We end up in Catalina
in a
every time we
completely
go.
different country. But
I love it. It's like Rogue One. They put the bag over the blind guy's head, and he's like, "Really, really?" So they don't. It's like a kind of a unique, cool though, because you guys have an exclusive place to work and where you can play loud, you can play late, and you can do what you need to do to re-record or resubmit sections, and you have somebody with a great ear to get you through it. That's like such a killer combination.
Yeah,
because
it is
usually
hard
you
to
have
find
one or the other, and the two rarely meet to come together. So that's kind of cool that you guys have that going on. The release of this video, is that going to coordinate with a show? Or is that going to...
Definitely, we'll have a screening coming up. It's out there, but we're going to actually, like I said, we're going to have it up. We're going to have it on our site. But we're going to have a screening party, and that's going to be at one of the locations that we shot at. Which is in Mira Mesa, also in San Diego. It's a place called DK3 Studios.
DK3 Studios.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, we should do that. We should do the voiceover
it's
for
phenomenal.
that.
So it'll be sometime in the beginning of February that people can expect that. And that kind of includes some behind-the-scenes stuff. The making of little video clips. A lot of people were involved in the making of this music video. And Ed actually debuts in it too, so you get to see his pretty mug in there.
No way! We're pulling him out of the Batcave long enough to get.
I believe there was a cast of thousands.
There was a cast of thousands.
It was a really tough screening process with thousands of people coming from all
they
over.
started fires in my house.
Oh my god!
I love it.
The smoke alarms went off. And the
it was punk rock.
The fire department probably came in. I had to
burnt popcorn in the microwave,
the
right?
fire department not to show up.
There's an element of truth to this,
called.
which adds to the humor.
No, it isn't. What are you talking about? Elements.
Yeah.
Elements. He's like,
The
what
alarm
elements are you
company
talking about?
I will never leave this down.
Well, I have a studio up in North County, and we had a KISS band rehearsing there one night, and I was a fool to leave. And I said, y'all are good, right? Have a nice night. And I come back, and, I'm cleaning up the next day, because even when men think they've cleaned up, they haven't. And I'm cleaning up, and there's a lot of fire paraphernalia left in the room. And apparently, and when we watched the video, they had been shooting fire, like in a circus. And I said, in my studio. I can't.
Oh my god, that's amazing! But here, what we're going to do,
these musicians,
what we want to do right now, while we have it on the line, is we want to play like a quick 20-30 seconds of the song that you've produced and everything else. So Paul's got it ready. We're ready to go with it. So we're just going to roll. All right, go ahead, Paul. Let's hear this. It's called "Misery of My Company."
Need you to be you. Love me now, in spite of me. I need to feel you and have you now, inside of me. I notice you're out of focus, and while you're here, you're miles away. Misery of my company. Misery of my company. Misery of my company.
All right, we just wanted to give you guys a little tiny bit of a taste of what the Pictographs do and what they sound like. That was, I guess, an old version. So you're going to have to wait and hear the new version.
That
this
didn't
week.
sound like.
That didn't sound like you,
we
man.
did.
Hey, Paul,
It's good that your ear is very highly trained, Ed.
highly trained.
Highly
ears of
trained.
Ed.
We know this. We know this is
What
not
was
the-
that?
Yeah,
That was on Reverb Nation.
That was Reverb Nation. We just found it
Oh,
on there and we played
why
it.
didn't you play the version, the wonderful version that we did?
Well,
See
you know what
we're going to do? We're going to do a
try and
comparison.
find it. That's right. We are. We're going to do before and after Pictographs.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Oh my
These
God!
guys are going to get up the correct one.
You know,
and then
Ed,
we're
all
going
I
to
can
play
say
it.
is they told me to go to
Good
Reverb
job,
Nation,
kids. That
and
was
I
great.
did.
Good job. Excellent.
So,
Excellent. Get me on the
oh,
phone
she
and play
just
the
said
demo.
it. Okay, we
He's
can
like,
track
why
that
you
puppy
busting
down.
my
Wait,
balls?
where?
But Ed, when you were in production for a group like this and you're working with punk, what is the thing you're looking for the most to tame, and what are you looking to let loose? I
I don't know. I don't really call it punk. I just call it. I don't have a genre for anything really. I mean, I don't put anything in the genre. I just consider it, good rock music. And I took the song. We did a little bit of arrangements on it.
How am I going to get it off?
I don't remember. It was quite a while ago that we put it together, but I do remember we probably switched the drum bits around a little bit. Maybe we, I think we extend. I don't know. What do we do, Kat? Do we extend the chorus? I don't remember.
We did so much.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that
cool to hear
particular
progression.
version in a couple.
We added a lot of fire. A lot of fire.
A lot of fire.
Yeah. And then more fire. We definitely made the vocals a lot fuller. I mean, what do you do? I mean, that was like an extreme rough cut.
Well, we worked on the arrangements, and we worked on.
We added a bridge from the beginning.
We added lots of
We
stuff.
worked
and
on-
he just made it absolutely insane.
Well, good. Well, as soon as they get it up on his phone, we're going to be able to bring up the before and after. So we're going to be able to hear the new version.
Cool if you guys can post that on for our listeners. Make sure they're going to have both versions.
Yes.
We actually have
Nation.
3.
And so we want to hear the difference. And, but there's something to be said for that, the way a song sounds when you first got it out and the progress that happens. A lot of groups will literally walk away from a song for 3 months and try to come back to it with fresh ears. Do you think bringing Ed on board was kind of like your version of doing that, having those fresh ears that say this ought to be done?
Oh, definitely. I think we got so married to what it sounded like before that we got so used to playing it that certain way. We're like, after we played it with Ed, we're like, all right, let's take a while and let's like develop this before we actually play it live again. Nice, like revisiting it. It just adds to like a different dimension to like what the song was, because that was like one of the first demos that we even had up on our site. And then I just really liked it, wanted to use it for something, and didn't end up using that song, but we did end up remixing it, and it sounds better than I could have ever imagined it. But
all right, I think we now have the version that you guys are talking about.
The newest,
I think we're ready to go with it.
freshest.
Go ahead, let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Bean footage.
I need you to be you. Love me now, in spite of me. I need to feel you and have you now, inside of me. I notice the out of focus, and while you're here, your miles away. Misery of my company. Misery of my. I'll dissect you, then accept you, and reject you now. You're running away. You're leaving and grieving, not believing in me, or what I say. It's grotesque, so potent. Your protest against me.
All right, so now we got to hear the difference between the one version and the other version, right?
Like it.
So I'm considering that not even so much a punk sound, but I'm considering that just a friggin' good rock and roll sound. You know what I'm saying? It's like awesome.
Sexy.
It is sexy.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it, Mama.
All right, so Ed, tell us a little bit about what you did with that song there, then.
I think I don't remember. It was so long ago that we did the. Definitely changed the arrangement. I think the chorus in the beginning there was double. We cut that in half, went back to another verse, and we added a bridge.
Yes.
Did we add a bridge, Kat?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we actually, Kat and I came over and sat down with you, and we just got, I think, acoustic guitars out, played it, and you demanded her to start writing lyrics for a bridge right away.
It's true. And then I took a shower. I took a really, really long shower, and I just kept singing and singing and washing and singing. And
Wait,
so
I don't remember.
Wait a second.
really clean after that shower.
Are you telling me
And I
that you
came up
were
with a
wet?
bridge.
Were you wet?
Yes, I got wet for this
Today's
song.
word is wet.
Wet.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness.
And it's
So,
brought to
she
you by
left
the
the
punk
bathroom.
band.
She also left the bathroom a mess.
Oh my God.
Wow, she's a rocker. What do you want?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
Right?
I start fires.
Trash the hotel room.
now you've been playing this live for a while, though. When you play a set, this is in your set right now.
It's actually we've taken a break. We actually had it like it was kind of funny. It was like a nice little love affair with this song, where it was like, oh, we can't play it unless we like really, really nail it. And we wanted to kind of wait to like really birth it.
Yeah.
Again, it was like a rebirthing once
right.
Ed kind of came into the mix, and so now that this music video is out, now we're gonna have to play it, and we got to nail it. You know,
We're ready to go now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right? What is it?
Right. We actually have a show coming up too this Friday at the Marrow. If everyone wants to kind of check us out at the Marrow. It used to be a
Shout out to
Ruby
Shiloh.
room in
Shout out to
Hillcrest.
Shiloh. Killer
And we're-
sound man.
Yeah, we're
Awesome,
playing
Shiloh.
with Revolt Chicks and Zombie Surf Camp, so it should be really fun. It's
Awesome.
$7 for pre-sale tickets and $10 at the door. So it's
Can they
definitely gonna be a
message you
fun
on
time.
Facebook and say, hey, I'm your people?
Totally.
Yes, you
they
can say you're
I
our
would
people.
love to hear a hey.
You hear that,
Like,
everybody? I
anytime.
want you to go to the Pictographs Facebook. You say, hey, I want to
Hey,
go
Kat.
this Friday to the Marrow. And you tell them that you want to be on their list. You're going to get in for a better deal, and you're going to be like a special VIP too.
Yeah, you just
So-
follow the link and then you can just like go. You don't even have to. If you don't want to say the haze, you don't necessarily have to say the haze. But if you do, it's like
Cool.
3 extra brownie points.
Right.
Or
All
you
right.
could call Jenny.
Yeah.
8675309.
She'll pick up the phone.
Yes, at the Pictographs. Make sure you guys do that. This is like the heart of live music, of original music here in San Diego. And I really think it represents something really special about San Diego. It's not as plastic. I love you, LA, but there's something
Totally.
about San Diego rock and roll
Real.
original bands that has a really organic element to it.
Yeah.
And you guys are kind of bringing that alive, that, like you said, that kind of union of rock and punk. Oh, this is really what it's about. I think that also brings in a lot of different generations to appreciate it too.
Yeah.
What kind of demographic are you guys looking at? You guys looking at, now, don't tell me from 15 to 95.
Well, first off, but before we get into that, I do want to say thank you and to Ed for
Thank you,
coming
Ed.
on.
You're
I
amazing.
know you're sick and under the weather, so we want you to feel better.
Yeah, we got 1 minute left of this segment.
So yes,
Yes,
thank you.
Ed, if
Well,
anybody
I'll
whants...
hang on for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, and Ed, if
A whole minute?
Well, then the demographic is pretty much anybody who really wants to have like a good time and just enjoy rock music. So if you really want to rock your socks off, definitely come check out the Pictographs.
All right,
Just
Ed, so you
fun.
got 30 seconds of this segment. What do you want to leave us with in 30 seconds?
Or send people to produce.
What do me?
Yeah, go
I think
Ed.
you're amazeballs.
Support-
We want you to promote yourself, man.
Support your local band. You know, go out and see live music in San Diego. Let's bring rock and roll back into the picture a little more.
Yeah.
Support your local rock band. I'm into
Awesome.
the rock thing. I
Listen to the
appreciate all
Ramones.
types of music.
Listen to the Ramones.
All right, well, we're taking our second commercial break. We'll be back in another 2 minutes, right when we're done here. We're going to finish this out with the Pictographs, and I guess we're bringing somebody else on the line, right? Yep. What's his name?
Special treat.
Dave Dawson.
Oh, Dave Dawson. Hello, Dave
the
Dawson.
Intellectual
Shout out.
Podcast.
Yep, he'll be on next, and we're going to give him a call. So hang on right here. 2 minutes.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element. Affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Girls are talking rock again.
And people are listening.
Today we're talking bands.
Let's talk promotion. Red Giant Promo, graphics, EPKs, video, photos, social media, and brand building using content marketing.
But let's talk studio at CCMA, which is events, rehearsal, tour prep, piano, guitar, voice, rock band, lessons, workshops, and clinics. Yeah.
Both proud sponsors of Girls Talk Rock.
Well, get the lowdown on these services and contact me, Tracy, at girlstalkrock.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back. I'm Tracy Smith.
I'm Beth Venus.
And we are Girls Talk Rock.
No, can we say Girls Talk Punk today?
Girls Talk Punk. I like it.
Mama feel good already.
This is your brain on punk, which
if
is another thing we got to talk
Avengers,
about.
It gets the Parade of Horribles, Be Your Own Pet, The Briefs. If you like Stitches, Vindictive Fiction, you are also going to like the Pictographs.
Wait, can we repeat that so we can
I just
understand
said it
it?
very quickly because you have to,
All right.
you have to rewind because this
Okay.
is all on iTunes.
Go back and
later.
listen to it again if you want to understand what she just said.
This band, this wonderful Pictographs
Right.
band, is into playing kick-ass shows with a kick-ass bands for an audience of kick-ass people. Can I say that?
Now
on
we got
iHeartRadio?
it out. Now we got it out.
Okay, so I'm
Perfect.
just saying it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of energy in this room.
There is.
And
Somebody gave Beth chocolate. Who gave her chocolate?
I did. You know what? You can thank my daughter for that.
All right. It looks like we're bringing somebody on the line. Go ahead and introduce him there, Kat.
Mr. David Dawson,
Yo,
David S.
shout
Dawson from the Intellectual Podcast. How are you, David?
I'm good. How you doing, ladies?
Awesome.
Oh,
Welcome.
good when you say it like that.
I'm doing fantastic, thank
Yes.
you. Just fine.
All the ladies are doing
Says
well.
the men in their skirts. Okay.
So tell us about your relationship with the Pictographs.
Well, Kat and I are friends, and the Pictographs played at a music and film mixer that the Intellectual hosted a few months back, and completely tore the house down at the Whistle. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Beautiful. And that's the kind of thing you notice right away when you have a live act that connects in a live atmosphere without everybody walking out
Totally.
the door. So you guys clicked right away, and now you're part of their community of fans and friends, yeah?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's Kat is so unique and so special on stage. If anybody hasn't seen her perform, like, what the hell are you doing? Go out and Pictographs play when they play.
I love it.
Well,
So
I'm not
then-
just in it alone. I definitely have backup.
All right. So, Dave, tell us exactly what it is that that you do so that we can know if anybody's listening, because we have a lot of people that are musicians that listen to our show. How can they get a hold of you and tell us what you do?
Well, primarily I'm a filmmaker, producer-director, and I also host the Intellectual Podcast. And we talk to creatives, musicians, actors, filmmakers, artists of all varieties on our show.
Nice.
And, that's kind of how I met Kat, actually. She started dipping her toe in the film world here in San Diego, and our paths crossed. And, it's been a friendship ever since.
Well, that's awesome that you're a very creative type yourself, and we love creative types on Girls Talk Rock. So we're glad that you joined us today.
And we're going to have coffee sometime or tequila.
That's right. We're going to have to get together now because we
Hopefully it's spiked.
Are you
have the tequila, I'll have the coffee, and then we'll talk.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
talk. Okay, great. You're a
All
Long
right.
Island boy. Okay.
Bring chocolate for Beth.
So
it's wet or moist.
Yes. Right. The word of the day: wet or moist.
That's right.
And now you're working with them on a film level, and this is a band that is independent. What happens when you guys get signed and you want to continue with some of these producing and movie making.
They get
context.
paid.
All of a sudden, right?
So it happens. You know, like our budget is our crew's budget, and like you know, we've been having to do this music video on like a volunteer basis. You know, a lot of the people that have been helping out have been doing it on a you know, for credits. You know, and for the love and the passion of it, which
Tax
is
write-off.
unfortunate, right? You know, it's just, but there isn't enough creativity in the world. And when, you know, you're looking to do something that no one else has done before, I mean, we have never done a music video. So like having never done one though, and having watched so many amazing videos, we're like, okay, like, let's do this right. Like we could have just done a straightforward music video and been done in a day. Right. Honestly, awesome. but no, you know, like there's something to be said for like kind of creating a story, to have like a composition, to have like art that's involved in it, and that's kind of what I feel like is. Let's say there's not enough art punk in the world. There's not enough art
There's
in
a connection
in
between
it.
art and punk, though, where like people do the art shows and a lot of the bigger venues and the main are doing that. How do we get them to do more of that?
And it's funding, and I think that's a good thing that you
Going
bring
out
it
and
up.
supporting them and seeing them.
And,
showing that there's a demand.
Yeah, and just like you're going to a show, a screening's just as important. No one else has the experience in this room that David does, in particular, to this topic of conversation. You know, because it takes a village to raise a child, and I mean, David has he's been participating in 48-hour film events for some time now, and working with Film Consortium, San Diego Film Consortium peeps, and you know, also a lot of the people that are involved in San Diego Film Week are actually involved in KPBS, and they have an Explorer program. And when you're talking about how do we get more of this, where it's like creating a funding for it. And so, David, if you don't mind, if you want to enlighten us kind of about like the world of San Diego film and kind of what's around the corner.
Yeah, and also give us your links where people can find you, David. Go ahead.
Okay, first thing, you can find me at theintellectual.com, and that's intellectual with an X, intellect and sexual combined.
Nice.
Because I think intelligence is sexy. The film community in San Diego right now is on the verge of a major renaissance. Things were real quiet for a number of years. The film commission got shut down. Hollywood kind of turned its back on the industry here. But there's been a small, active group of filmmakers who've been continuing to do amazing work. And things are starting to turn around. Mayor Falconer's been very supportive of our industry and getting it back on track. The Special Events Office rebranded itself as the Special Events and Filming Office. Nice. And they're now actively working on trying to bring Hollywood productions down to San Diego.
Very cool.
Trying to reinvigorate the industry, which is really cool. And then organizations like Film Consortium, which I'm a pretty active part of, San Diego Filmmakers, the San Diego Media Pros. There's a whole bunch of independent groups in San Diego that have been working very hard to keep the art form of filmmaking in San Diego alive. And the fruits of that labor are really starting to blossom now. And we have a slate of films that I know are being submitted to the San Diego Film Awards this year that are just outstanding quality. And I mean, I won the Best Director last year at the Film Awards, and I saw a film a week later produced by a filmmaker named Michael Foster here in town that made me want to give my award back.
Wow.
Well, that shows an appreciation, though, for, you know, each other. Do you think the music community, the fashion community, and the visual arts community are really like coming together to make that happen? That's the serendipitous nature of things right now, that they're coming together, and that's why there's a little more notice working.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see a lot of that. The Film Consortium's been real active about trying to reach out to the music community, because we feel the music video is a natural extension of filmmakers. So who better to partner with than local bands to create art together?
Awesome.
There's a local filmmaker. I know him primarily as a filmmaker named Rich Varville.
We had him on our show. He was our show number 2 on
Rich,
Girls Talk Rock.
Rich is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's a great musician. He's a stellar filmmaker.
Right.
And the combination of those two, his music videos are off the chart.
Awesome.
And he's inspiring other filmmakers to turn their eye towards music videos. And in Kat's instance, she came to our music and film mixer, which was sponsored by Film Consortium. And while she was there, she got exposed to a number of filmmakers, including Jen Allen and John Freeman. And they all partnered up, and they've been making their music video together. And that's what I'm loving seeing in our community right now is all these different dots are starting to get connected.
It makes so much sense.
And the more connected we all become, the stronger all of us are going to be in our art and in our ability to sell our art.
Yeah, and you also have to have that passion. Yeah, that passion and drive that it takes not only to be a musician, but to do something very creative on this scale. So that's
I love the video connection. If we have, Dave, if we have listeners, musicians right now who want to connect with the Film Consortium here in San Diego, should they just go to filmconsortiumsd.com and message someone? And how do they get connected with the film community in a direct level, the way that Pictographs have, and maybe make that connection and grow both of those industries a little bit in the area? What would their next step be?
You can go to filmconsortiumsd.com and check out what's going on there. Obviously, we've got Film Week coming up in February. That's going to be a huge opportunity to network with filmmakers here in town. That event is going to bring together 5 or 6 different San Diego film festivals, from the San Diego Film Festival to the Latino Film Festival to the San Diego Asian Film Festival. They're all going to have a presence at Film Week. So filmmakers from all different backgrounds in San Diego will be at Film Week. So that's going to be a wonderful opportunity for musicians to come out and meet a bunch of our community.
Yeah, and I was going to ask the question. We
have a very, very active Facebook group. So if you search for Film Consortium on Facebook, join the Facebook group, and just start chatting with people. Everybody's super friendly. Say you're a band looking for somebody to help them make a music video, and I guarantee you people will start reaching out.
I love it. I went straight to the site and it says screenwriting. Calling for entries right now. Very exciting to see that right on Facebook. So for our listeners, you guys heard that. You can go straight to facebook.com/film consortium, CONSORTIUMSD /. Make sure you check that out. If anything, for the great movie scene that's going on, filmmakers here on a regional and national scale, but connecting with music the way the Pictographs have.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, it's not all about video here too, right? Because the local bands can actually their music can be placed in these films that these independent filmmakers are creating, correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. There are short films being made all year long, and every filmmaker in town is constantly looking for music to put into their soundtracks.
Cool.
So that's a great opportunity. Even if you're not looking to make a music video, if you're willing to offer up some of your catalog for people to use in their films, or work with a filmmaker to create custom music for one of their films, my gosh, you'll be a godsend. Everybody's looking for another great musician to work with on their movies here in town.
Cool.
Exciting.
So you heard it here, guys.
We're here here at the Intertalk radio site with Matt Kumaris, John Robershaw, and Kat Robershaw of the Pictographs. And we've been talking a little bit about the film community and the connection with their upcoming release of their debut video. But before we get cut off for the rest of the day, I want to find out, I want you guys to also remind our audience where they can find you live, because that's where it all begins with live music. where they can get your autograph on their arm or their bosom, whatever they choose, and how they can become
JohnRobershawPhoto.com if you want pictures of anything that awesome photography. Of like myself, my portraits, or any of our band photos. Go to this guy. No, you can find us on Facebook or Reverb Nation. Again, our website is under construction right now. So until then, Facebook is our acting website.
Great.
Our music video, Misery of My Company, should be up any day now. And definitely look for a screening in February. We got live gigs this Friday at the Marrow. Show starts at 9. Pre-sale tickets $7. $10 for the real deal. We're playing with Revolt Chicks and Zombie Surf Camp. And then next Saturday, the 14th, we are playing Pier View Pub in Oceanside. And we're playing with Polish and the Real Fits.
And you can also find a song of ours, thanks to Ed Stasium's help,
right.
on the movie soundtrack for a movie called Black Widows.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
It's a great song.
Yeah, and that song actually is called The Castration of Mr. Casanova. Yep, and there's a story about that, but you have to watch the movie.
Then we also do
delicious
some music for Rogue One, too.
Rogue One. Oh,
I don't believe we have any songs on a Rogue One, but you can keep dreaming, buddy.
I thought we wrote a Rogue One, though.
Now we're gonna have to write one.
Well, now that's the name of the next
Write a
band,
song called
Rogue
Nun.
Yes, Rogue Nun. That's the punk rock EP album title right there.
That's not the punk rock. That's the pun rock.
The pun rock. I love it. Yes, hold the K.
Oh my God. Okay, well, Dave, tell us. We got like 2 minutes left. Just go ahead and give us quick shout outs or whatever you want to say.
Make sure they know how to reach you, Dave.
We want to make sure that everybody knows who you are and what you do.
Okay, again, I host the Intellectual Podcast, which you can find on iTunes and Google Play for streaming on your phones or on your computers, however you listen to podcasts. We do new episodes every week, not necessarily on the same day. Keep it loose, right?
Keep it loose. Keep it loose.
We just made the announcement, so I'll go ahead and tell you ladies, we are actually taking our show to television at the end of February.
Yay.
Very exciting.
That's an exclusive on Girls Talk Rock. You heard it right here first.
Yeah. You need a theme song,
the
buddy?
Intellectual Talk Show.
Awesome.
We can talk.
Right? Let's
now you got to put your lipstick on, Dave.
And your skirt.
I'm not afraid to put lipstick on. I will say that right now.
That's a real man for you. Well, I just want to close out really quick. We usually have a Quattro question. I don't know if we might have to post it on our site afterwards. But if you guys were to open or have someone open for you from the old 70s punk
1 minute
rock, who would it be? Who would you share the stage with?
The Ramones.
I mean,
the Ramones.
It's got to be the Ramones.
Okay, the Ramones.
Hey, I'll just throw a little Debbie Harry action.
Thank you.
There
I need
you
a
go.
little vagina
All
in the
right, there
room.
we go.
Okay, I'm just
we
going to
do
say
because
that.
this is Girls Talk Rock. Hello. All right, well, we're down to the
I
last.
love the gents.
We're down to the last 40 seconds of this show. So, all right, this is the quick.
So fast.
This is a super quick Quattro. If you're any planet, what planet are you and why?
Jupiter.
Go.
Venus, because it's the only thing I can think of right now.
She stole my answer, Venus.
What?
Hey,
are you
baby.
wearing a skirt now? Come on,
That's
dude.
my
Venus?
last name.
All right.
I'll take it.
Whatever.
I'll take
This is,
it.
and that is Beth Venus.
Go with Uranus.
Right.
Uranus.
Well,
we
we're
had
with
to hear
Dave from
that.
the Film Consortium San Diego. You can reach him. Go back and check out the connection between film and music here in San Diego. We've been online with the Pictographs. We are so happy to have you guys here. Everybody check them out and make sure you go see them live and every band you can live here
All right.
in 2017.
We got a quick shout out to, we want to thank Enter Talk Radio for allowing Girls Talk Rock to do this crazy crap that we do each week
It's awesome.
on their network. And we want to give a quick shout out to Silver Tiger Production, Red Giant Promo, and Studio at CCMA. Check us all out because that's what we do. We'll see you next week.
See you at the Marrow Friday.
Boom. Hey, it's Tracy Smith.
And Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock. Right here on the Intertalk Radio Network.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
SDP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all that. SilverTigerProduction.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectic Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.